Alright, hey class. I'm going to be doing this demonstration to show you how we can learn about the rock cycle from using some shavings of some crayons I've got right here on my desk, okay? So as you know, as I said in the directions, before we begin, you need to define metamorphic, sedimentary, and igneous rock in your own words on the worksheet before we get started. Okay, you may have heard of these words before when learning about the rock cycle in elementary school, and it's okay if you don't remember what they mean. That's why we're learning about it here in 7th grade. So, I want you to make your best guess as to what you think those words mean and write down their definition, or what you think their definition is before we get started. Once you've done that, now we're going to be working with our aluminum foil here. Okay, so I've got aluminum foil here. It's about, ours is about 8 inches by 8 inches. You can work with something smaller, but I've got something a little bigger here today. And we see, I didn't have a crayon sharpener, so I started to just shave it with some scissors, but then I got lazy and now I just broke it up into pieces. So we've got that here now. So I've sprinkled my crayon shavings into the aluminum foil, and now what I'm going to do is fold it like so. Okay, I'm going to fold it in half like that. Okay, so fold it in half, fold it again, and again. We're just going to make sure there's no way for anything to get out. Okay, so I'm going to wrap it one more time in this other piece of foil just to make sure we don't have any crayon shavings getting out while we do this experiment. Okay, so I've got my crayons all wrapped up in aluminum foil. See, it's kind of bright in the camera. So I've got it all wrapped up, and now what we're going to do is we're going to take something heavy. For me, I've got my organic chemistry book from college, and we're going to use this and squish the crayon shavings down as much as we can. Okay, so just press down on that, smush them nice and good. There we go. Okay, smush them down. I think that should be enough. Okay, now, but before I open this up, I want you to predict what you think it'll look like. So before we open it up, what do you think it'll look like? And record that in the worksheets that I've provided you. Now, after you've written down your prediction, let's go ahead and open up the foil and see what we've got. Okay. Let's see. How'd this turn out? It's not incredibly different, but we did see, okay, they're kind of smushed together now, and they're definitely pressed down a lot. So now that I've opened it up for you, go ahead, pause the video, and I want you to write down your observations in the worksheet. Now that you've recorded your observations, what we're going to do is wrap it again. Okay, nice and tight. And we're going to squish it some more. Okay, and I'm going to be a lot harder on this crayon packet, okay? No more Mr. Nice Guy. Okay, so let's go. textbook's falling apart. Come on. All right. Let's call that good. Okay, let's open it up again. See what we've got. Okay, now before I open it all the way, I want you to do the same thing again. I want you to pause the video, record your observations, and let's see what we've got here. Okay, not a whole lot, mainly because I don't think these crayon shavings are small enough. But you can see that they are slowly getting squished down, see? Okay, getting squished down quite a bit. So, we're gonna move down, well, actually before I move on, record your observations again. And now we're gonna put on our safety equipment. And we're going to rewrap the foil packet once more. And now, instead of applying pressure, what we're going to do is apply heat. Okay? And now what I've got right here is a hot plate for us to hold our crayon shavings over. Okay? So, we're going to go ahead and hold this over our hot plate right here. Okay, now to be safe, what I've got here are tongs to help me hold the crayons, the packet over the heat, okay? So let's go ahead, take this, okay, hold it over our heat. Okay, it seems like we've got it pretty well melted. So, what I'm going to do now is I've got this bucket of water right here, and we're going to cool down the mixture. Oh, you can see it's smoking a little bit. Okay, now we're going to put it in here. Okay, cool it down before we open it back up again. There we go. Let me turn off the hot plate while I'm at it. Okay. Now we've cooled this down. Oh, and it's definitely solid now. Okay. All right, so I'm going to use my hands now to unwrap this, and let's see what's happened now. Now again, like I've said in the previous times, you need to pause the video, record your predictions, what you think it'll look like before I unwrap it, okay? So pause the video. Okay, let's open it up. Let's see what we've got. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you can see that right there, but we've already got something. Okay. Oh wow. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, it kind of leaked out of the first package. That's why I wrapped it twice. Okay, so let's unwrap it some more. And let's, if we can, get all the foil off. Oh, and it's kind of brittle. Oh, look at that. Do you see though? It all melted together inside the foil. Oh, look at this. There we go. There we go. You see now, it's all melted together into a giant blob like this, see? Okay, so I want you to take a second, pause the video, and record your observations here. What do you see? What happened? Okay, and after you've, one second. And here's the rock a little bit more after it's been unwrapped. Look at that. Okay. Now, after we've done this experiment, what I want you to do now is at the bottom of the worksheet, there's about 3 analysis questions. What you need to do is answer those questions based on what you saw here happen right now. See how does it relate to the rock cycle? Okay. As always, if you've got questions, feel free to ask. You leave a comment on the video, and I'll see you guys later.